Hey guys, welcome to this yoga for flexibility sequence. If you have some flexibility goals, then this is going to be great for you. I recommend that you do this on a regular basis, and this should improve both your mobility and your flexibility. So let's get into this. We're going to come over into a wide-legged child's pose. So knees as wide as the mat, toes together, hips over the heels. Stretch the arms forwards and lower the forehead down. So we're just going to take 3 slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose. And on that last exhale, start to rise up to tabletop. Knees under hips, wrists under the shoulders. Let's move through some cat and cow. So on an inhale, arch the spine, open up the chest. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, dropping belly down, shining the heart forwards. And exhaling to round off, spreading the shoulder blades apart, creating space. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, round. Now come to a neutral spine and we will come into puppy pose. So keep the hips over the knees and begin to walk the hands forwards. And lower forehead to the floor. Melting your chest down towards the ground. Opening up nicely through the shoulders, through the chest. Continue with those slow, steady breaths in and out through the nose. One more inhale. Exhale, soften chest a little bit more. And then begin to rise up, walking the hands back. And then we'll tuck the toes, engage the core and lift up to come into a downward facing dog. But we're going to take the feet wide for this down dog, so about as wide as the mat. And then we'll reach our right arm for the left ankle or left calf, finding somewhere that you can reach, and then lifting your gaze up towards that left armpit. Breathing into the stretch through the shoulders, through the spine. And then placing the right hand down, reach the left hand to find the right ankle. And lower the left hand down, bring your feet to about hips width now. Press through the palms, and then we'll take an inhale, reach the left leg high. We're going to open up the hips and bend that left knee as if you were trying to stack left hip on top of the right. Keep pressing evenly down through both hands. Take a few ankle circles here, so circling in one way and then the other. Now start to bring the hips back to square, and we're going to step that left foot all the way between the hands, spinning the back foot down and coming into a warrior 2 pose. So we're bending the front knee, we're pressing down through the outer edge of the right foot and opening up the hips towards the right side. So sink down into this. So feel that stretch through the hips, through the inner thighs. And we're going to bring a shoulder stretch into this at the same time. So we'll reach that left arm up and bend the elbow. We'll either take right hand to the left elbow or take it behind the back and see if you can reach the hands to meet one another. Sending left elbow up towards the sky, reaching that left hand down to find the middle back. Maybe reaching right hand up as well. Pressing into the feet. Sinking into the hips. Maintaining those slow and steady breaths. Now release, so bring the arms back down and we'll straighten that front leg now. Start to shift the hips back and then reaching down, so taking left hand to find the left ankle, maybe the floor, maybe a block if you have one, and this right arm we're going to take around the low back. And if you're comfortable here, see if you can drop that left ear towards left shoulder for a nice opening through the right side of the neck. So a lot going on here. We've got a hamstring stretch going on, shoulder and neck stretch. So breathing into this, being patient and listening to your body at all times. And start to bend back into the left knee. Release the right arm, bring that left forearm to the thigh. Leg positioning stays the same here for a side angle pose. So we're going to reach that right arm up and over. So feeling an opening all the way down through the right side body. And if you wish, you may like to go a little bit deeper, bringing that left hand down to a block or down to the inside of the left foot. Keep the right side body open, spinning the armpit up towards the sky. Keeping that space between the shoulder and the neck here. And then beginning to rise up, straightening the legs and tanning your feet now so that they're parallel to the mat. Coming into a wide leg fold. So take an inhale, find length through the spine. And then begin to hinge forwards as you exhale. Lowering the feet, the hands down towards the earth. Bowing the head down. Again, coming into your depth. Let your breath guide you into the stretch. And if you are feeling really comfortable here, see if you can bring some more weight into the balls at the feet. We're going to walk the hands forwards, lift onto the fingertips, inhale, lengthen out the spine, and then start to walk the hands, turn the toes to the front of the mat, and lower the back knee down for a low lunge. The left knee stacks over the left ankle. Bring the hands to prayer, sending the hips forwards and down, finding a stretch through that right hip flexor, through the front of the thigh. Again, breathing into the stretch, release that tension. And then reach the arms up, big inhale. With an exhale, start to straighten the front leg and sweep the arms back, coming onto the left heel, flex the toes. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale. Half split, reach the arms back, keep that length through the spine, chest open, inhale, and exhale. This time, maybe lowering the fingertips to the earth. Keeping length through the spine if you're finding enough of a stretch, or maybe going deeper and folding over that left leg. Bring the hands to frame the foot. Press the foot back down and reach the left arm around now, opening up the chest and maybe reaching for that right foot, bringing the foot in towards the hip. So keeping left shoulder, left chest nice and open. And feeling that quad stretch now through the front of the right thigh. Gazing over that left shoulder. and release. Bringing the hand into the inside of the left foot and heel toe that foot out so that it's coming over to the left edge of your mat. Sink the hips forwards and down for lizard pose. So breathe into this. Maintain that long spine. So really working it into the hips. Stay connected to the breath. And if you're looking to go a bit deeper, maybe lowering forearms down to the earth, maybe onto your blocks. Closing the eyes and surrendering into this. Come back onto the hands. And we'll tuck the right toes and shift that right foot forwards. So the feet are wide, send the heels in and the toes out. Sink down into your yogi squat. The hips low, spine long, thumbs pressed to the sternum. Open the chest. And you can use the elbows here to open up the hips a little more. Press into the inner thighs or the insides of the knees. Bring the hands down, start to straighten out the legs, toes forwards, and come into a forward fold. Release the backs of the legs, backs of the thighs. Relax the head, relax the face. Bend the knees, press the palms down and step back to a high plank. So pressing into the palms, drawing the belly in. And we're going to lower all the way down to the belly. And then bring the hands wide, so just to the outside of your mat. Come up onto the fingertips, forehead down. Press the tops of the feet to the ground. Take an inhale, lifting, peeling the chest away. And exhale, lower. Again, inhale. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Bring the arms down by the sides, palms facing down. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the legs, peel the chest away. Find length all the way through the body. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. Use your breath. And lower. Bring your one cheek down to the floor. Take a moment. Forehead back to the floor. Take the hands behind the back and interlace the fingers. Start to press palms together, straightening the arms. Inhale. And exhale, lifting everything away. Point through the toes, squeeze the shoulders down and back. Lifting chest, opening chest and the heart. And lower the other cheek now to the floor. Bring the hands underneath of the shoulders. Head back to the center. I'm going to tuck the toes, shift the hips back, and come back into your downward facing dog. I'm going to switch sides, so inhale, reach that right leg up, bend the knee, open up the hip. Keep even weight through both palms. And then start to square off the hips as you step the right foot forwards. Coming into your warrior two, so spin that left heel down, rise up. Front knee stacking over the ankle, hips open. We want to avoid this right knee collapsing inwards. Send it over to the right edge of your mat. And at the same time, we'll come into that shoulder stretch. So taking the arm up, bending the elbow, right arm, hand coming between the shoulder blades, and then left hand to elbow, or taking that variation, reaching hands towards each other, maybe interlacing the fingers. Continue to sink down into the hips, press into the feet. One more breath here. And let go of the arms. Start to straighten the leg. And we'll move into triangle pose. So shifting that left hip back to begin. And then reaching right arm down. We're going to take left arm behind the back. Maybe reaching for the right thigh. And then if you're ready, lowering right ear down. Making space through the left side of the neck. Start to rebend that right knee, unwind, and then coming to side angle pose. Right arm, forearm to the thigh, left arm up and over. Maybe going further, keeping the left side body open. Keep pressing the outer edge of the back foot down. One more breath. Stay strong through the feet, through the legs, and then place, I'll bring that left hand, bring both hands down and parallel the feet. So we're coming into our wide leg fold. So we're going to press fingertips down, inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, hinge forwards. Now walk the hands over to the left side, taking a hold of the left leg. See if you can draw yourself closer to that leg. And release, walk the hands over to the right. Trying to hug yourself in to the right leg. Bring the hands down to the mat. Turn your toes to the top of the mat. Bring that back knee down and come into your low lunge. So set yourself up, right knee over ankle, hands to heart. Take a few breaths as you sink into the hips. Lengthen out the spine, open up the chest. Next inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, straighten the front leg for half split. Sweep the arms back, keep the spine long. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And this time maybe lowering fingertips down, pointing fingers towards the back. Folding over the front leg. Or if it's enough for you, staying upright. Always doing what feels right for you. Walk the hands to frame the foot, bend the front knee, sweep the right arm around, open up the chest. Maybe take a hold of the left foot. Gazing over that right shoulder. And release. Walk the right foot over to the edge of the mat now, coming into lizard. So sinking hips down and forwards. Keeping the back nice and long. Maybe lowering down if you choose to go deeper. Maybe you notice that one side is a little bit more tricky than the other, a bit tighter, and that's really absolutely normal. Breathe into the stretch. Close the eyes. Come back onto the hands. tuck the back toes, and step the left foot forwards, finding your squat, toes out, heels in, sink down when you're ready. Hands to heart, open up the hips. Bring the hands to the floor, start to straighten out the legs, toes forwards. Drape upper body over lower body. And then we're going to bend the knees and step back to a downward facing dog. Press those heels towards the earth. Inhale, reach the left leg up and high. Bend the knee, open up the hip. So stay here if this is enough, or step that left foot behind you, flipping over, reaching the left arm up for wild thing. Press the hips high, reach the arm back, open up the chest, send the chest towards the sky. And sink the hips back down, lower the left hand down, come back, downward facing. Breath in and out. Inhale, reach the right leg up, open up the hip. Staying here or flipping your dog, shifting the hips high, opening up the chest. Just feel the throat opening as well here. Keep pressing the hips towards the sky. And bringing yourself all the way back, downward facing. And then lowering down onto the knees. So we're going to come into camel pose. So we're going to come up to stand on the knees, tuck the toes underneath of us. We're going to take left hand back to reach for the left heel. And reach the right arm up. So this is a variation on camel. So send the hips forwards as you open up the chest and open up the throat. If it's comfortable on your neck, you can let the head go. Otherwise, keep the chin tucked. So big heart opener. Take in that fresh air. And then lower. We'll come back to center and we'll reach the right hand back for the right heel. Press the hips forwards as you reach the left arm up. Keep pressing the hips forwards. And slowly making your way back. Lower down for a moment here. Just rest the hands on top of the thighs. Just relax for a moment. And then we'll come into a seat and take the legs wide. So we're coming into a wide leg seated fold. So just legs wide as comfortably wide as you can. We're going to keep the legs active, so send toes up towards the sky. So you're flexing the thighs. And you can start here by pressing the fingertips behind, into the floor behind you, lengthening out the spine, tilting the pelvis forwards. Or you can take the hands in front of you if you're feeling a little bit more open, maybe starting to walk the hands forwards, hinging forwards. Feeling that sensation of stretch through the inner thighs. Keep the legs active, keep flexing the feet. Slow and steady breaths. Slowly begin to rise, walk the hands back up. Bring the legs together. Just release any tension. And then make your way over into a wide-legged child's pose, hips down, stretch the arms forwards. Take a few breaths here. In and out through the nose. And then begin to rise. Bringing the legs together. As you come to the end of that flexibility sequence, hope you're feeling a lot more open now, hopefully released and relieved some tight muscles and any tension that you were holding on to. So well done. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Thank you very much. Namaste.